spell it wrong and you hear it both ways.
Wing, 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 this is the police.
Gila Abila. What?
Ernesto? What? Please that kill me.
Had a whole conversation about someone just dicked us.
I don't know if I my hands.
Heard it both ways.
What?
They lost me with that one.
I had a dream. You know that the movie where the girl comes out of the TV?
Yeah.
The Ring?
I had a dream. I was in a situation like that, and I came in her room, and she was on the wall, and my hair was up in a ponytail.
You cutting out again?
My hair was up in a ponytail, and she grabbed it, and I thought it was actually happening, and I woke up like freaking out because I couldn't move.
That's crazy. So that's a lucid dream.
A lucid dream or
Sleep paralysis?
Yeah.
Sleep paralysis.
I thought it was
had
because
that
I was
one
sleeping with the
time.
weighted blanket,
Well,
so I threw the weighted blanket off me and
Hello?
grabbed a different blanket
Put it up.
because it's a heavy.
how long couldn't you move for?
Hello?
It wasn't long.
Hello?
Yeah, it wasn't
Hello?
long at all.
Do you ever see things when you open your eyes? Like, when you're sleeping that are not there?
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
You heard it both ways. Hey,
I mean-
when you open your eyes, have you ever seen anything? Does it get dark?
That's like depends what eye I'm looking at.
Dude, that's a wicked diss, dude. Have you ever even seen anything when you open your eyes? Are you always that stupid?
No. Okay.
I like that she caught it too. Wait, no. Wait, I mean, that's not right.
Because I'm saying like when you're sleeping and you open your eyes, because Phoenix, when she sleepwalks, have I told you that? Like
Oh, her dreams are intense, dude.
But I'm starting to think it's actually something else. Because when she opens her eyes and she looks around, she sees things that aren't there. Like
You good with it?
the other day, or not the other day, but before, like she's explained to me that there was like all these different like creatures lined up against like around her room, and they were all like talking and like interacting and stuff, and like she was like talking to them and they were responding, and then like at my dad's house, her old bedroom, anytime that she sleeps in her old bedroom, she always comes out running and screaming because she says that she sees this guy, this dark figure in her room every single
Which
time.
old bedroom? Which one was our old room?
Yeah, when you went into that little hallway where it was the one
It's
to the
the
right.
same one that
yeah.
you stayed in before at my dad's.
You stayed in it.
Actually, I think you stayed in it too when you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never
Seen it.
seen anything. No. I used to sleepwalk a lot, but I've never had anything like that happen.
I remember you sleepwalking when we were younger.
Did you have you heard of the guy with the hat? No, I'm serious. It's like a dark figure. A lot
You
of
can't
kids
see
have
his
seen
face.
And he's got like typically like red eyes, and it's like a hat, like a hat that the brim goes like all the way around. You know what I'm talking about?
I think I've heard what you're talking
I don't know if it's a theory or just a story about like kids having like nightmares about this guy,
Yeah.
black figure, dark hat that's like that wide brim hat that goes all the way around. I didn't remember having that dream until I was hearing about this. It was on like a YouTube short or TikTok or whatever. And then I heard somebody talking about it, and then I saw the picture, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's what made me remember what it was." Remember me telling you about it the other day?
Yeah.
And then I remember having that nightmare and then freaking out, telling my mom, like, hey, just being a kid, I was probably 5-ish, not wanting to go to sleep in my room because of that. And she said, no, you're thinking of the neighborhood watch guy. You ever seen like the neighborhood watch?
the
and that?
sign.
She's like, you're thinking of that. And I was like, no, but he had red eyes. And she's like, well, the sign has like a red circle with a line. And I was like, no, he had red. I remember distinctly. And I had totally forgot about it until I saw that. And then they pulled up the picture and it looks exactly like that one.
Yeah, it's creepy.
It's creepy, right?
Yeah.
And it was like that. The dude just stood there, and I remember him standing there and being like, "Well," and I don't know. I'm assuming
hearing
it was
that one sound.
What one sound? Oh yeah, it was just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, just. That's what my brain felt like. To put it in perspective. But I don't know if that's like, I wonder if that is just like is it a kid thing? How do so many people have a dream like that? You hear about the theories of people having like some psychedelic drug and they like have a shared experience.
Yeah.
To me, I kind of can understand that.
Experience. That's
the
the weird
same,
part.
like they all
They
describe
all
it
see
the
the same thing.
Right. And I can understand that, like if everybody is in a certain mood at the same time, and maybe somebody talked about something, or like like rooms have vibes, like people have vibes, like you're either comfortable or you're not comfortable. So I can kind of see how that might be a thing. But how do you explain how so many people have a dream or a vision or like a loose what did you call it? Sleep paralysis. Heard it both ways.
Sleep Polaris.
Sleep Polaris. That's a 4-wheel drive. How do people have that? Different time periods, similar ages, different places. Like that's weird, right? Like that's weird. And they say like, oh, it's like this entity being that wants to prey on, like it like tries to see if kids are weak-minded, kind of thing, to like take over or something. Like I heard a bunch of different theories about it, but it's weird, right? And Phoenix has intense. She comes out, she's talking nonsense about stuff. That
It's very
like,
scary.
Oh, there's these eyes in the wall, and did you see? And she'll ask you, did you see that? He's right there. They're talking right there. Oh my gosh, it's intense. Some of it you're like, man, I wonder what she's seeing, because I remember that from when I was a kid. But she had it's so often.
Your sister would do that.
She did?
Middle of the night, throwing pillows at the wall like there's someone in the room, and I'm freaking out.
Yeah, because there's
No, there's not.
Often?
3 times. One time it was like I woke up to her screaming and throwing stuff at the wall, and I was like,
Nope.
huh? I turned the light on, and then she was like,
Hey!
you're gonna explain that? Wait a minute.
Now I gotta
back
be
up.
all by myself here? Like-
the first time I was pissed. I was like,
You woke me up for that?
you woke me up. I'm freaking out.
I'm
And
now
she
all
was
by
like,
myself.
yeah, she's all right, good night.
Oh, that's a bummer.
And I'd be like, what's going on? Don't say that.
Don't do that to me. We should probably explain David's not here.
Oh, we're all looking.
Everybody look. What?
What are you
What?
pointing at?
Yeah.
I know. I was just
You're
waiting for
telling me David is not here right now, Dad?
do we have to do the? Yeah, David couldn't make it tonight for his own reasons. So, but we do have Tom back again with another episode.
That's gonna be blaring loud. Whoever listens to that.
Yeah.
Oops. My name is Jed.
We went to an
Open house.
and
What was that?
And
Yeah. I don't know what that was about. What she's getting at is one of the first teacher's class that we went to. Amanda was like, "Oh, hi, my name's Amanda," and then I went up, was like, "Hi, I'm Kyle," because now I have to do this because she did it, and if I don't, that's weird. And then David goes up, dude. We're the last people in this classroom.
yeah, everybody's sitting down
David
waiting
goes,
for us to sit down.
We're normal. Hey, hi, my name's Kyle. Hi, my name's Amanda. Whatever. David goes, "My name is Jed." So
loud. And I think the teacher
we
did
brought Phoenix's uncle to open house, and he just, "My name is Jed."
and he did it so loud, and the teacher just shook his hand like went
Everybody-
along like she thought that's how he
that's
talked.
so sweet.
Aw. Look at them.
Is he making them at night?
He's making man noise.
He's making them at night.
Nobody said nothing.
I was like, no.
I wasn't even gonna try. I was like,
And then I was
too
like,
late.
He's just,
How do you
he's just
broach
messing with you. He's just messing with you. And she's like, it's okay. It was the theater teacher, thank goodness, because
Okay.
she's like, I'm used to it. You can throw anything at me and I'm okay. And I was like, okay, good. But Phoenix was like so embarrassed because he told her, I'm gonna embarrass you.
Dave said that.
Yeah. And he tries to.
What
as
grade
much
was
as
she?
he can.
Was this year?
Yeah.
A couple days ago.
Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah. Just a few days
This
ago.
week. It was this week. That's past week.
Still riding around with the booster seat.
Still got a booster seat. Be 22. Has a booster seat.
Did you hear
Rocking
us
that
talking
Fisher
about that
Price.
earlier? How I kept her in a car seat.
Way too long.
Well, I was
Way too,
following
you were
the
about
weight.
to say it. Way too
Well,
long.
only because you keep saying it.
Because it's true.
Because I was following the weight.
Way
But for the
too
longest,
long.
the longest time, like growing up, she came out tall. She was always super tall in her classes and like compared to other kids. Now she's the shortest one. That's what happened to me when I was younger. But she was very tall, but could never have the weight that she needed to get out of the car seat. So I kept her in the car seat for a while
So she was 5'3".
Damn.
because I was like, she's not the weight yet. She can't be in a regular seat. And Kyle was always mad because he would be the one to switch the car seat from car to car if somebody took her, like my mom.
Dude,
or-
I was NASCAR pit stop hot. Just like,
So
just changing it. I would change it from here to there to there to there. It didn't even matter what car it was. Did not matter.
there was a joke of she's gonna be like 45 in a booster seat. That's what Tony's
It was
like.
way too long.
I gotta bring this with me.
But you also like let her fall asleep and would carry her when she was also way too tall. I remember being like, Amanda,
Her feet are
listen,
dragging.
her feet are almost on the ground. You gotta stop. This is getting to be. And she's like, man, my arm hurts. Yeah, I wonder why. She's as tall as you are.
Well, she was tired.
I'm gonna start falling asleep then.
Drag
Will
me.
you carry me?
No, you're a grown ass man. You can walk.
So yeah.
Yeah. So Phoenix has crazy dreams. I don't know what it is though. Like I used to think it was just because all right, she ate late, but she stopped doing that. Like I stopped, letting her eat after a certain time. Didn't make a difference. Sugar. I was taking sugar out. Didn't make a difference. Making her run around, be more active throughout the day. Didn't make a difference. I was trying all these different things to see if it making sure she drank enough water, all this stuff.
Was she watching anything?
Nope.
Before bed, reading anything?
Yeah, we stopped.
We stopped doing
We took all that out.
electronics and all that, like 2 hours before bed.
I think the only thing that really, in my opinion,
Made her read instead.
has changed is temperature. It seems like if she's too warm,
She's when it.
that's what I think.
You know, it's weird because that night I woke before that dream happened. I actually woke up sweating, but again, I was sleeping with a heavy blanket.
That
So-
could have made you freak out.
So I moved the heavy blanket off of my full body and moved it towards like
Your feet.
yeah, just because I like my feet, nice and warm.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
And
I get mad.
I
when
get
I'm
it.
Cold.
You pop a foot
Yeah.
out the side of the bed and it's like,
yeah.
bye. Never seen that foot again.
And
It's gone. It's gone, and you might as well die. It's gone.
well, that was it. That's when it happened. Is when I moved it down to my feet. It was like right after that.
Oh, maybe that set you off.
So maybe I don't know.
And you were sweating, you said too.
Yeah, before the dream, before I woke up from the dream, I woke up sweating bullets, and like I wasn't wearing any shirt or nothing, so it was literally just.
Well, you had a fever dream.
But I wonder.
that.
That's weird. What?
I always just
When
thought
you're
they
hot.
were. Yeah, I think it's when you have a fever and like you're
And you're dreaming.
You're
And you're, like,
dreaming, but
ranking
they're
it, you're
usually
sweating it
like
out.
really intense
It's
dreams.
intense, yeah.
I don't know
okay.
that I've ever really had one, but I know that they say that they're really like super vivid
And it just
stuff.
makes you sweat, like you think it's because it's real or something.
Sometimes you're sweating out the fever.
I think it's when you have a fever, you fall asleep, and since your body's trying to fight something, you're warm.
Yeah.
Everything's moving so hard,
Oh.
and your brain is like just firing up, and you just haven't. It gives you just some wild dreams because you're not like peacefully sleeping. Your brain's
Nope.
still going, and it's remembering stuff that you wouldn't even normally like recollect. It's just like firing. I think.
Have you ever
I
had
don't
that?
know. I don't know if that's exactly.
Have you
it.
ever had that or no?
I don't think I've ever had that, unless you say no, but maybe you did.
Maybe I did.
Yeah, my grandma said my dad had like a really bad fever when he was like 6 or 7, and she was like it was the worst fever he'd ever had, like in the hundreds.
Really?
And she like walked into the bedroom, and he's like standing on the top bunk of the bed, like he's like, get out of the way, I gotta throw this pitch. And she's like, what are you doing?
Barry Bonds.
She's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm in the middle of a baseball game.
What do you mean? What am I doing? What are you doing?
She's like, yeah, he's like, there's baseball players in here.
You
We're
gonna
playing
steal his
baseball.
Yeah.
And she was like, what are you doing? Where
Go
are
to
you?
bed.
Yeah, where are you? What are you doing?
Hello. There was a friend of my mom's. Actually, I think you may know who they. Actually, you do know who it is. They said hi to you one time. They live in Texas. They were here. Came over from mom's. Here.
Oh, yeah. She had a crazy story. That was pretty crazy.
Because-
The guy was like, "What the hell?"
Her and her husband were on a road trip, and they stopped at like an Airbnb, and they were sleeping or whatever. And he said that she sat straight up. It was in the middle of the night, and she sat straight up, and she was looking around, and she goes, "Are all of y'all going with us to
Wherever.
XYZ?" And he sat up and he looked at her, and he was like,
Dear God, I hope not.
"Dear God, I hope not."
I really hope they're not coming with us. I don't know who you're talking about.
And then he was like, I think he asked her, like, who are you talking? She's like, "Don't you see them? They're all right here."
Everybody's here. What are you talking about?
And
Phoenix is just like that.
But then I asked her, I'm like, "Did you actually see them though?" She's like, "Yeah, I actually saw like a group of people at the edge of our bed
What
standing
is
there."
that? You know?
And
What
I was
is
like,
that? Is it to me? That's like the difference between augmented reality and virtual reality, right? Like virtual reality, like to me, like in dream version of virtual reality would be I'm running through the jungle and then all of a sudden Barney came out of nowhere and punched him in the face with sock and boppers. Like so that's virtual reality, but augment like I'm looking at that chair, somebody's sitting in that chair. Like what is that? Is that like another plane? Is that another dimension? That's
Another
creepy,
dimension,
right?
yeah.
I think
That's what I started to think. I'm like, is it another dimension?
it's because of CERN. CERN did it. What do you think about CERN?
Certain what?
CERN. You know about CERN?
No.
The Hadron Collider?
Have you heard of it, Eric?
No, I haven't heard of that.
Oh, you haven't either?
No.
Oh, it's in.
Please do so.
I don't
my
know
favorite
if it's
game. What's the
Oh
office?
my God.
Michael's who?
Of course
What
he's
are the
heard of
actors on
CERN. He knows about CERN. He's heard it both ways. Of course he knows what CERN is.
Been there.
It was there last week.
CERN is this massive, I I guess I would say the simple way to explain it, which is really just the only way I understand it, is like a big tube.
Okay.
Right? It's like just a big tunnel, and it's in a loop in a big circle.
Particle accelerator.
Right.
Is it like in Austria or something?
Sweden.
Sweden.
I think doesn't it cross two different borders?
Or something. It's huge.
Doesn't matter. One of them Frenchy foo countries. Doesn't matter.
Huge.
Not America. That's what matters most. It's not American. CERN is not American.
I think I've heard what you're talking about, though.
Right. And then they basically smash particles together,
Yeah.
and they do all these studies to see what happens and whatever.
They believe that that's why we have the Mandela effect.
The Mandela effect, because CERN, I don't really know what the mission is there, and I know that they've said they just have tried to smash particles of other things, and I didn't know how it works. They don't perfectly hit, right? They don't just send like, here's a particle and here's another particle, and we're going to hit it, and it's going to no. It's like they feel like it's almost like shooting two paintball guns at each other, right?
Okay.
And they're in these perfect tubes, and the tubes are lined up, and some miss and some hit each other, right? So like of 100 shots, maybe 10 hit each other.
Well, this is not factual. That
No.
I'm
I'm just
giving an
like
example.
that's how in my brain how it was explained. That's pretty much what it looks like. A bunch of stuff comes into one box where they meet. Some stuff misses, some stuff hits, and they try to see what's the byproduct of the things that hit. And I guess at some point it was all the ingredients were there for like a reenactment of the Big Bang, like what occurred, like those particles that it was stuff that I guess wasn't easily explainable.
But they
and
were
that's where
creating like black holes.
No, that was the concern. They were worried that worst case scenario, like what happens, we open up a black hole. That was the big concern. CERN, get it? But got him. That's the big
Get it?
Was that like
Concern.
a dad joke?
CERN.
Or that?
Get it? But they say that was I think it was some really young kid that said, "Hey, it's already happened. Like dimensional planes, it already happened. So CERN doing something already knocked us into multiple dimensions. Like where we at one point had one dimension.
You know how like we have
now
the
we have
multiverse?
we have multiple. There's multiple Earths, multiple versions of us doing this, saying different things, wearing different clothes. There's tons in different places, not doing this because of an experiment of some particles that hit each other at CERN. But it also is very weird. They have that one god. They have like this big statue of the one god that's in front of it. You see that? Wait a minute.
At CERN in the front, they have a huge statue.
Shiva.
That's the statue in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How big is it?
Huge. I mean, you can see how big it is compared to those people.
Okay.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
Shiva is
All right,
known
the
as the
Greek god.
destroyer within the something, the Hindu trinity, which benevolent as well as fearsome. I don't know. Those are two things that don't make me feel very comfortable. I don't like it. It's weird. And then they had this fake sacrifice in front of the statue. Did you see that?
No.
Well, if you don't know what it is, I would imagine you didn't see it. But all these people got, like in the middle of the night, somebody at some building across from there. It's weird. You know what? Let's just do it. I'm just going to pull up the video.
Why are they doing a human sacrifice?
That's a great question, but it's a hoax, apparently.
They said it was a hoax.
I don't know why or how or what your purpose would be to fake that. Why would you fake that, right? That doesn't make
mess with
sense.
people,
That-
yeah.
I guess, but like also why?
Yeah.
Right? Like if you're already being scrutinized or people already have these theories like myself, I don't think I don't know, maybe it is. My first thought when I think of CERN is not like, oh, they're sacrificing people and they're feeding this weird
Being
entity, whatever. That's not my first thought is like, oh, they're science people that are just messing with things that they probably shouldn't be messing with. Like wherever you stand on how or why we're here, whether it's like from a religious standpoint or just Darwin's theory, whatever it is, we were probably not meant to smash particles together like that naturally, right? Like that doesn't make sense. Because they say technically particles are smashing into each other all the time. You just don't see it.
Yeah.
Like it's on a level that you don't even see.
Yeah.
I want to do more research in it and try to find out more of what is actually going on. But I mean, I'm probably only allowed to hear a certain amount of things.
Were you sacrificing that bottle? That's what it reminded me of. He's like, yeah, get it. I don't know. It's just weird, dude. It just creeps me out, and I don't like it at all.
But it goes back. People think that that's where the Mandela effect comes in because you remember, like, you know, him dying back you know,
So he died in another dimension and
bull that they were creating different like
Different
universe.
things.
timelines.
Yeah, timeline. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a multiverse. It's a multiverse.
Like a multiverse. Yeah. Like the Fruit of the Loom panties.
The Berenstein Bears.
Fruit. Yeah. I remember Berenstein.
Berenstein. The Berenstein Bears just doesn't even flow.
On the Fruit of the Loom. Fruit
Yeah,
of
Fruit of
the
the
Loom.
Loom, you know, the cornucopia, the little basket.
With the fruit?
Yeah.
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 I definitely remember that.
Yeah.
It never existed.
No,
Mhm.
he did.
Yeah. According to the world.
It
like
never. It was never a thing.
half people remember it and half people don't remember it.
I remember it.
I remember
I
it.
remember.
I remember having a T-shirt that had
But-
it on the tag. I was
Yeah,
like, oh
the
man, I
tag.
really like this. It was like, you know how you could buy the packs of shirts and they're like, oh okay, these T-shirts are like whatever.
They had commercials
Yeah.
with people
the-
dressed up in the fruit things.
Yeah.
Like wearing the grape costume, and he was like, wearing the Hanes or wearing the Fruit of the Loom. Yeah,
Yeah.
like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
And
like.
there was a cornucopia,
I remember this.
little basket.
But
like,
people, if you look it up, it's not there, and they said it never existed.
I don't believe it. Kit Kat.
Is that what Kit Kat?
Do you think that there's a little hyphen between kit and cat, or no hyphen? That no hyphen has ever existed.
I feel like
There was.
It was like kit dash cat. No, never happened.
I think the other one was that I saw was Fruit Loops.
yeah. How do you spell Fruit Loops?
Oh yeah, that was one.
Oh,
Cereal.
2 O's.
On fruit.
Fruit.
Yeah.
F.
What
So
about-
FROOT.
S.
Yeah. No.
No.
Nope.
It was actually spelled fruit.
Fruit.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's,
You're so mad,
okay.
That'll make you want to punch somebody.
Mr. or Monopoly.
Dude, you get this one. This is
Monopoly guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know the
Did
dude.
he have a monocle or no?
Yeah, he did.
But they say he didn't.
Negative.
I remember him having one.
He did. Yeah.
They said he didn't.
Captain Crunch is one.
What?
What's going on with
How do
Captain
you
Crunch?
spell the peanut butter flavored cereal with the pirate on front? Is it Captain spelled out or Cap'n like what's a Cap'n?
C-A-P apostrophe N.
Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch.
Captain.
Captain.
I want to say CAP if possible.
Yeah. Okay, that's right.
That was like Curious George. Does he have a tail or does he have a tail? Sinbad. I remember that. Sinbad playing genie.
Yeah.
They said,
Yeah, the movie where he was a genie, a magical genie. No,
Yeah.
he never did that.
Said
That
he
was
wasn't-
Shaq.
said it wasn't him. I was like,
Shaquille O'Neal was a
I
genie in
remember
the movie.
Sinbad. Is it Jif or Jiffy? Peanut butter.
I thought it was Jeffy.
Like Looney Tunes. You saw the tunes, like how tunes is spelled, like cartoons.
T-O-O-N-S.
Like
Yeah.
if you picture a T-shirt,
Yeah.
Cartoon.
tune. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's tune. Tunes.
Like a song.
Music
Like a tune-
tune.
tune it to it.
Oscar Mayer.
Wiener.
Which one was that one?
How do you
Is it-
spell Oscar Mayer?
Well, how do you spell Meyer?
MEYERS.
Yeah. M-E-Y.
No, they spell it M-A-Y-A-E-R.
Mayer. M-A.
Like John Mayer?
Do they spell it the same way? But it's M-A-Y-E-R, not M-E-Y.
Yeah.
Turkey leg.
I don't remember him holding a turkey leg. But
It's like Sam Smith. There's the cornucopia.
Can you see
dude.
it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
What's wrong with the double stuffed?
What is it?
How they spell stuff with one F or two? It's two Fs, dude.
Yeah.
Stuff, not
Mona
stuff.
Lisa's smile.
She was not smiling, right? We need you to find the differences between these two photos. Corporate
same
says
thing.
there's at least 7.
They're the same photo.
They're the same photo.
They're the same photo. Flint
Stones and then
Stones, two
Flynn's.
words, and then the one that should have been was Flynn Stones, all one word. Flynn Stones.
No.
They're saying it's Flint Stones.
Right, Flint Stones. But I remember the Flintstones.
Flintstones.
It's the Flintstones.
Me.
Yeah, how do you say that? It's the Flint Stones. How do you say
It's
that?
top Flint.
That just throws out the groove, dude.
It doesn't roll that
Also,
long.
you know, the bigger conspiracy behind it is they say the government is the one like slowly like
Adjusting things.
Yeah, like let's say they're just trying to see like it's all a huge experiment.
Yeah, like
it's just a big
has
experiment.
nothing to do with the CERN, but it's just them messing
No,
with us.
Right, has absolutely nothing to do with CERN whatsoever. And they just go to Fruit of Loom or whatever. They go, hey, look, I don't know if they pay them, I don't know if they bribe them, I don't know if they blackmail them, but they'll just say, we need you to delete all records of ever having the cornucopia in your logo as part of experiment, blah, blah, blah. And they do that, and they slowly have been doing that this whole time, trying to see, like, what... yeah,
Over the course of a decade or so?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
over-
I guess.
Of course, the time. Yeah.
They just, I guess, to see either what people come up with or what... Maybe they start the rumor and they just try to see, like, what people believe. It's just a big social experiment to see what they can get away with removing things from...
Like if they can pretty much mess
What's
with your
of the
mind.
world thing?
You know, like if they can erase things.
Oh,
Welcome back.
David's been fired. So that's the real reason
Actually,
he's not here.
David, who's David? David's never been here. It's always been Tony. What are you talking about?
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what the point of it is. It just doesn't seem right.
I heard that it was to see how much they can erase from previous history to pretty much like rewrite it when they want to. Did you see the guy that walked into some guy's backyard?
Mm-hmm. Out of the shed.
Yeah.
Or he walked into the shed.
Time traveling shed.
Yeah.
And then like he came out as an old. Well, they're saying they think it's because they didn't see that guy ever walk
Like
out.
either that's a drug deal, where somebody left the money and somebody puts the drugs there, or vice versa.
But he
or
never.
that shed's time traveling people.
I like the
'Cause-
latter.
Do you know which video we're talking about?
It was like a rental property, and the guy had a camera.
He had a camera facing his back yard where he had a shed, like a small shed, like, kind of like our aluminum one, but a little
Yeah,
bit
like
bigger.
a little bit one of those.
And that there was this guy that walked into the backyard, went into the shed, and then didn't come out.
The dude called 911 and had the cops go.
Damn.
He's like, "Hey, I got a guy on my camera. My camera went off, and dude's in the shed. So I'm not home. Can you go check it out?" Cops go there, open the shed.
You see the cops there looking around.
Yeah, you see them on the camera. No big deal. I don't know. We don't see anything. There they look like long enough for that guy to. There's no way have been the same dude that was sitting in there. So, like 2 days later, somebody else comes out of that shed looking very similar to the guy who went in there, but much older. And it was like, okay, the odds of somebody going in your shed while you're not home,
Oh,
whatever. Okay,
And the
I guess
cops
that
went
could
in
happen. The guy that went in there looked like it would be somebody who would be like,
he had a backpack.
potentially he could be a homeless dude just trying to chill, sleep somewhere for a night. But the guy who came out was not like that. It was like just a regular guy who would probably have a regular, like, you know, just look like a normal dude coming out. And it looked very similar to that guy. That's weird. What's going on there?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. What are you
That
gonna
is
say?
weird.
You just keep leaning in the mic like you're about to say something and you don't say anything.
Deal.
It's driving me nuts. I'm just waiting. This is- He's done that to me like 4 times.
I'm just trying to catch you. Secret tunnels.
You think there's tunnels underneath
I
there?
don't know.
Sure, but
Where do you fall with Bigfoot? I feel like it's good to establish that. That's what we were talking about before.
You don't think that if he was really there, we would have caught him on camera?
Yeah,
On
totally
camera?
think he's been caught on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think he's been caught on camera?
Yes.
he said, "Jump, jump."
Open it back up.
Here we go. Yeah.
Shut up.
You believe now?
How about now?
How about now, dude?
Wait, go up.
How about now, dude?
Oh, I thought it-
Like this photo,
Before.
fake. Don't believe that. I don't believe
Yeah.
that at all.
What?
I don't believe that, dude.
What?
Not me, dude.
No, you. This microphone
Nah,
smells
dude.
like Dave's mouth.
Oh.
I got really close. I was like, I'm gonna rest my mustache on, and I went. I'm
Whoa.
kissing him right now.
Does it really smell? I don't smell anything.
No.
Get in there.
Ew.
I don't smell anything.
I don't want to.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, good luck finding it right there.
Good luck. Oh, right there.
Put her on the block.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, give it a little hairbrush. Give it a little hairbrush.
Scrunch.
Probably gotta trim the grass on the wall.
Where were we? Yes, sniff that
The
mic.
long no. I don't want to. We have different topics that we were going to go into. Deep state, it's real.
Yeah, let's start on that right now.
No. You gonna start on it? Okay, you first.
No.
Exactly, dude. Fried
Way
right
too
now.
long.
And that's why every time you guys bring it up,
Every
I'm like,
time. 58 minutes.
I
Hey,
got-
deep state.
Well, because
No.
you're like, hey,
I
here's
gotta
this
start
little,
that in
here's
the
this
beginning.
window. Yeah.
deep state.
No. Yuck, dude. Yuck, dude. Ugh.
Mark that one for David.
sanitize.
Yeah, somehow.
Put a sticker on this one.
It's the only one with the black cable that's in that area.
No, that's his.
Yeah, but he used that one
He
last
kissed
time.
my. He's so mad right now.
Because that's your mic. and he-
That's normally
Why
his.
does my mic stink now that I used it?
Hey, David, you use my microphone now. It smells real stinky.
It smells like your mouth. Don't ask me how I know it smells
I
like.
know you're making them at night.
Did you ever see that skit with Shane Gillis?
You don't have to spell it out, Amanda.
I just because you guys are saying it, and Tony's like, it's funny hearing you guys say it, but he
He
doesn't
has
know.
Shane Gillis has a cousin that has her
Down
uncle.
syndrome.
It's his uncle.
Uncle Danny.
Uncle Danny.
Uncle Danny.
He's
He has Down syndrome, and he likes to make grilled cheese. And his dad's like, I don't know when he's I don't ever see him make these grilled cheese sandwiches. Like, I don't know, is he making them?
They
at
go to
night?
restaurants and he pulls out a grilled cheese
He'll pull out
sandwich.
a grilled cheese
He'll
sandwich.
pull out a grilled cheese
Like,
sandwich.
Danny.
Where are you getting these grilled cheese from? And his dad's like, I swear to God, he's making them at night. And he's like, I'm not making them at night, Dad. And then he leads over, I'm making them at night.
I'll make them at night.
Funniest thing I've ever heard.
Him
Dude.
telling the story is hilarious.
Him sneaking a grilled cheese. Yo, where'd you get that cheese, Danny? His dad's with him. He's like, he's been making them at night. I know he is. I'm not making them at night, Dad. And he'll look at you and be like, I'm making them at night.
Go.
He said that they'll go to restaurants and like, wasn't it if he didn't like what was on the menu, he always had like backup grilled cheese sandwiches.
In his pocket, ready to rock, dude. What's wrong with the grilled cheese?
Pocket cheese.
It's a perfect sandwich. Just grilled
cheese
cheese on some bread.
I mean, sometimes I wish I had a grilled cheese sandwich. Just
He's not wrong.
a
I'm going to
backup.
make one.
No, he's
At
actually
night.
pretty
Right now. It's
Oh.
I'm going to go home and make one. Oh, I'm making it at night.
I'm making it at night. Question for me?
Would you rather talk to animals and have them understand you, or hear animals and
That's the same question.
wait a minute?
So, hear me out. Would you rather talk to animals and have them understand you? Or
Oh,
would
no.
you rather
No, yeah.
hear animals and
you
understand them?
Yeah. So do you want them to understand?
Oh,
I think
that
I think I would want to understand them.
Yeah.
True.
I'd want to see because they.
You can talk to animals now and train a dog, and it
Yeah.
understands you.
Yeah, but to hear what's going on in their head,
Right. I want to know what they're thinking.
what they see,
What
what
do
they
you-
smell.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, I want to know
when a
what.
German Shepherd smells grilled cheese sandwich being made from a mile away
At night.
at night, what would be the coolest animal that you'd want to like understand? Like if you could.
Archie.
Dude.
Ivy.
My own animal.
My own animal.
My dog.
My
Me and
dog.
him, we share
I
a
just
room.
want a
I still don't
regular-
eat things.
I know. I really want to know what his fat behind.
I want to know what's up with just a regular old
we make you
street
upset. We
ant.
call you fat.
Street ants.
That's fat.
Just a regular hood ant. Just like,
What are you doing with that leaf?
what
I can grab that leaf for you, big dog.
let me help you out, dude. Drop it
I
off a
can
little
grab a
sugar water.
handful of
Dude.
sand and put it wherever you want.
I'll get you, dude. I'll get you. I'm gonna bring you a cupcake.
Last you.
I just fed a kingdom, dude.
I
I'll
tried to
help
have
you
an
out.
apple on the ground.
What do you need, dude? I'm here for you, dude.
An ant.
What you need, Aunt? I got you.
I just want to know, like, because there's been a few times that
Oh, I
Phoenix
was being
has
serious.
Phoenix has like said some things to Archie, and he's looked at her and just walked away. She calls him some names, messing with him, and he's like,
At least I don't see people at night.
He's like over here talking to nobody. I sleep talk
Who's the
real bad
crazy
when
one?
I'm stressed.
Yeah.
I've
Oh, yeah,
woken
he does.
I've woken myself up being like, Amanda, this is how this works, and I'm trying to sit there, and then I'm like, I'm in mid sentence going like, why are you asking me about this at 4
yeah,
a.m.?
he gets mad at me.
You're like, stop. You're the one that asked me about that. No, I didn't. And I went, huh. I remember a couple times I was like,
He was like talking to me, and
no,
I'm like,
I'm pretty sure you asked me about that.
I'll have dreams about boat detailing.
because you do it so much.
Especially if I'm on a specific job that's difficult
Yeah,
and
you're stressed
time
out.
consuming. I'm thinking so much about the plan on what I'm going to do the next day and the next day to get it done.
You dream
And I'll
about
have dreams about it.
They say that, like, when you're really struggling with something or just trying to figure out a solution and things like that, like, sometimes people say, like, it's somebody coming to you and giving you the answer,
Yeah.
or it's, like, your brain just working and then figuring it out yourself.
Yeah.
But that's happened to me a few times where, like, I'll dream about something that I'm struggling with, and, like, the answer will come to me in the dream,
Yeah.
and then I'll remember the next day and be like, oh, that's how I do it.
Did you hear the story about the lady who died? So technically, it took me a minute to figure this out. They were at Disney Springs, and they weren't at a Disney park. I thought they were at a Disney park, and they weren't at a park. They were at Disney Springs at a restaurant. It was an accident.
They're holding hands.
They were at Disney Springs, and they had asked, because I guess she had a real bad, I don't know if it was a shellfish allergy or a peanut allergy or something. So they made sure that whatever their food was not contaminated, which I'm pretty sure most restaurants accommodate that now for the most part.
Yeah.
Like they have
Yeah.
like a separate area for like making sure nothing
Yeah.
gets crossed or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were trying to make sure, and sure enough, she went. I guess went had some anaphylactic shock or whatever happens. But and she died. She was a doctor.
What?
She was a doctor herself. I don't know what type of doctor, but I'm pretty sure they said she was a doctor, and I don't remember what her husband was. But they were trying to sue Disney, right? Which would make sense. I would honestly just assume that Disney would be like, just for what they were asking, which I feel like was really low.
Yeah, they have insurance that would just
I
cover
don't
It was
even
like 50,000.
I was going to say I don't even think it was $1 million. It
Oh,
was something.
that low?
It was under $100,000
For a life?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Right.
because like when they give you money, usually like on a death, it's because they give
It's
you for the
something big.
quality of the life and what they
Must have
missed
not
out
been
on.
a good doctor.
From what? Well, that's what I think. It was really just. I don't know.
Podiatrist.
But they weren't even asked. That's what I thought. Like,
Podiatrist.
surely they. Yeah, podiatrist. Chiropractor.
Hey.
She was a chiropractor.
No,
Just give him
therapist.
40,000.
We're not paying that. That's what it is, right?
35 is the top.
Excuse me. What?
She was a fake doctor.
It was low enough for me to think that Disney would not want to deal with
They
the
would've bad- they
publicity.
would not bad enough.
It would just be like, oh yeah, done. They're fighting it, saying that because they had a free trial from Disney Plus, the streaming app.
I heard of that.
In the agreement, they forfeit the right to sue Disney in any capacity. And they are using that user agreement
That's what that
against
was
them,
for?
saying, yeah,
What?
I heard about the issue with the user agreement. That's so she
that's
died
what that's
at
about.
the park.
She didn't die. No.
At
She-
Disney Springs.
they were
on the
at Disney
property.
Springs.
That's what I meant.
And
She
I
died
think-
at Disney's property.
Right. So I don't understand their argument because now they bring up, well, technically speaking, the restaurant they were at was not a Disney restaurant. It was not. It was a private. They were basically nice renting. Why? Why? This is why. Who has 60
Flexing.
cents just in a pocket like that?
Flexing.
dude? Who's just like,
Flexing over
I
there.
forgot about this. I'm gonna buy something later. Like, what?
At a vending machine.
Anyway, that got me. That got me good. Just bang. Like I thought it was gonna be like, wait a minute, hold on, and it was just pocket change, dude. Just pocket change. Was that your contribution to the settlement, or because that's about where Disney's at with it? Like, unless you want this, dude,
I'll give you
we're
that
out.
for a fast pass.
We're out, dude. And for those reasons,
So-
we're out.
So, did they ask them when they were suing? Do you guys by any chance have a
Disney?
Disney Plus account?
I'm
that you
assuming.
got
Yeah,
the
we
free
do. We do.
subscription for?
Now I don't know. I don't know exactly how, but I'm guessing that they must have filed a lawsuit, and they must have seen the name, and I'm sure somebody in there was like, "Let's just see." They and I think it was also part. They had tickets. They bought tickets. I don't know if they're like day tickets or annual passes or whatever, but they bought tickets, and in the ticket agreement and the Disney Plus thing, I think that's the part that sounds weird. It was the user agreement of Disney Plus trial said that they forfeit the right to sue them for so many different things, but.
Is this one of those things where like when they write a bill in
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
politics where
For
they
sure. It's how
add
they-
a bunch
they-
of crap in
Or
there?
when
They
you sign
trick
up for
that
like
stuff.
you sign up for like Facebook or something, or
Yeah,
you
you're
get a new
signing a
phone.
user agreement that
Yeah.
nobody ever reads. It was
Yeah.
definitely. Why would you agree to that? Why would you agree to the fact that? And
mean,
there's no way. There's no way any court is going to go, oh yeah, well that makes sense. Like they have the opportunity to not take that into consideration, right?
But
Like,
is it until the free trial was over?
well, yeah, no. From what they're saying,
Like-
from what I understand, they're saying is that no, it was you signed it. Like you can't sue us
Ever?
but that you're forfeiting your right. That's basically what it looked like.
Wow. So they're trying to get
And no
everybody.
judge, there's no way a judge can sit there and look at
That's
that and go, yeah, this is realistic.
This is legit.
Like, no,
Yeah.
there's no way. But also, pick a lane, right? Is it your user agreement or the fact that that's not your restaurant? Because that was also being tossed around. That like, well, that's not even our restaurant. So if you have a problem, that's your problem. You go to talk to them. They just rent this space from us, basically. So, what is it? Is it
Probably
that?
both,
Like
or probably
that?
like-
To me, that makes sense. It's like, hey, look, we signed an agreement with these companies here.
We're not.
We
liable.
can't control what happens in there. It's on our property, but that's who's they're the ones that have to deal with the Department of Health and make sure the kitchen's up, whatever. That's on them. But that's not what they're saying. They're saying it's because of these you can't sue us because you
What
signed this.
restaurant
Like,
was it?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Probably Rainforest Cafe.
They're sketch, right, dude? It's like
$25
Yeah.
for some shitty ass nuggets,
I would see them cross contaminating, definitely. And they got a fish tank.
and they got a fish tank. In
who's cleaning the tank?
the same person that's giving the lady the chicken nuggets.
With the fish.
Gotta read that fine print.
Moral of the story: stay away from all things Disney, bro.
see how Kuz is gonna be on the quarter?
What?
Oh what? Dude, him in the mic, bro.
I gotta get a special one. That moves with me.
Yeah, he is just like David. Like David.
Like one of those harmonica holders.
He's the
Yeah.
exact opposite. He's the opposite of David because David don't do that thing.
No, but David moves everywhere.
No one is.
David moves constantly.
David like.
Tony's over here. You remember when I was talking about the thing over there?
He's like, what?
What were you saying?
Celia Cruz is gonna be on a.
Celia Cruz is on a quarter.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
it's gonna be on a quarter. Yeah,
That's cool.
this year or next year.
Well,
Is that why you're
Bigfoot's
pulling
real.
out-
We've never been to the moon.
He said,
Aliens
I'm
are a
putting my quarters
thing.
back.
I'm
Was that
just
like a
laying
reminder
it
to
out.
talk about
9/11
it?
was an inside job.
That's why
Dude, don't even get me started on 9/11 being an inside job. It's insane.
Not being an inside job.
It is.
Oh yeah,
Well, so you agree with that?
I agree with that.
We didn't do anything that we said we are going to do. We need to ask him X amount of questions, and these are the questions we need to see where he was at with it. Because me and David fighting about aliens is just getting too intense, and I'm gonna hit him
David
with
said
something.
if he believes in aliens, then he doesn't believe in God.
If aliens were real, then God didn't exist. I'm like, why can't both things be real? Because it's just not. I'm like, why? Why?
It got to a heated conversation in the house, but
Dude, we were going back and forth. We were going back and forth so much that when we were getting the quote, the insurance guy was like, well, no, honestly,
hey, listen.
he got into it. He
his
got
name,
legit.
his name was Jake.
Was Jake from
From
State Farm.
And he got into y'all's conversation.
Yeah,
Oh,
because he's
100%
like,
into it,
I'm
dude.
not trying to listen or anything, but because Kyle was like, "Are you on the phone right now?" And I was like, "Yeah," but he's trying to work on this while and I was just in the conversation, and he's like, "No, it's okay. I'm actually interested in what y'all are saying."
Yeah, me and my brother were just talking about this the other day, and we get just as heated. And he had a good outlook. I agree with him. I feel like I'm pretty open minded to either option. Either they are or they're not real. And if they're real, what are they? I'm pretty open to.
Do you think they're in space or do you think they're hiding in the ocean?
See, I
That's
told
a good
you.
question.
That's what I said.
I think
and I got
both.
looked at
I
like
can
I
see
was
both.
crazy.
I think that there's convincing evidence that they are in the water and in space.
Some in the villages.
What kind of villages?
Like where the old people are
Like
old people
Ocala villages?
with their loofahs.
Yeah.
Dude, there could be some lizard people out there. There's a lot of loose skin. I'm just saying.
They can be under those loose.
The flaps.
Dude, the folds. Whoa.
But yeah, there's so much of our ocean that has not been even looked at. I'm sure they're in there.
I'm trying to look at it.
I'm trying.
I want to explore.
But me and David been going back and forth about it for a long time, and he's just like,
I'm like, I don't know why.
Why does it
I don't
have
know,
to be like that?
I don't know why
Be
he's
like
so
that.
black and white with
it's
him.
so like either they're real or I'm real, not both. I'm like, why?
Dave, where are you?
Like I'm just trying to have like a
Is it
it's a
good?
fun conversation. Like, oh, what do you think? Like, oh, maybe. Like, oh yeah, okay, maybe. Oh, I don't think so. Maybe because I haven't seen him and there's not enough proof and it could be fake. Like, oh, okay, I get it. He's like, if it's real, then everybody's dead. It's like, well, that makes me uncomfortable. I don't like that.
And it's
I don't like that.
If
Same
God,
guy- he also doesn't believe. Only person I've ever talked to that says Bigfoot is fake. It's never been real. It's always been made up. But also Loch Ness monster, definitely a thing.
100% real.
I'm like,
he believes in the Loch Ness monster.
what?
So aliens aren't real.
Bigfoot's
Bigfoot isn't
not.
real, but the
Loch Ness monster is alive and kicking,
flipping.
On the
Flipping.
table.
Flipping,
finning
flopping,
around,
spinning.
breaststroking. Yeah, whatever noise it makes.
Heard it both.
The 9/11 stuff that we've been watching recently, I'm going to keep going before I go super, super deep into it. But more and more, they're talking about like, oh, well, the aluminum from certain parts of certain things mixed with the burning of all these other things coming into contact with water created the thermite material that was found that would normally be found in explosive devices charged along the building. I'm like, well, I don't believe you for that. That just seems weird. But also, I watched a video with the coroner. He had examined a lot of bodies. Like he did 10 years with this one coroner department for like several municipalities, several different counties and stuff. He did 10 years, then he took a break and did something else for a handful of years, and then did another 10 years with the same coroner's office. When they were going through and he listed all the bodies he examined, it was a lot. And then also stuff that he didn't officially examine, but was like, I guess, training or associated with. He was just reading the coroner's report from body parts and human remains found from 9/11. And what they found was soft tissue embedded in the skeletal remains of different people. So my soft tissue embedded into your skeleton. So that means my soft tissue would have come off, gone through your soft tissue, and been embedded into your skeleton at some point.
Okay.
And he's saying that alone is not consistent with a building crushing.
Collapsing.
Like it does not make sense.
More of it exploding.
More of an explosion because Then they had these cool. It was a really cool map where it showed like where the towers were. It was like a little shadow box of like where the tower stood, where all these other towers were at, and it showed like here's where all the police officers. I don't know if it was police officers and firefighters that died or if they were just there. I think it was ones that passed away like during trying to get people out and stuff. I think, and it showed where they were at, and they were all like right around where the wreckage would be. And then there was like different maps showed where they found certain parts of debris and where they found all these different things. And then it just said human remains. And it wasn't just around there. It was like spread way, way out, like spread too far out. Like they were finding body parts and skeletal remains on buildings that were like, it didn't make sense. And some of it I was like, okay, well, what if it like ejected people when the plane hit? Like that seems plausible. But like it was spread like different. It was just weird. The whole thing was weird. And I people get really, really upset about it, and I understand why, especially if it was like your family member or people you knew. I don't think that it's discrediting them. A ton of people got hurt, a ton of people died for no reason. I do think there was way more to the story. I don't think it was just as simple as that. As simple as just being hijacked and running into a plane. I just think it was way, way, way more than that. I didn't realize how many buildings there were with the World Trade Center. There was a building 7. Building 7 was like at the end of a street. Well, one of the reporters was an Australian reporter. We just watched it last night. I think it was Australian. Reported that Building 7 died. Sorry, that Building 7 collapsed.
It died
30 minutes before it collapsed.
30 minutes before it actually collapsed.
She's doing a whole coverage thing about how Building 7 just went down. It's the one at the end of the, like knew where it was. Yeah, and then it collapsed, and they're saying, well, it's because it sustained so much damage from falling and flying debris. But all of the buildings that were right next to it were fine. Maybe not fine, but they didn't fall. Yeah. And that one looked like one of those ones that they hit the button and everything.
Our correspondent, Jane Stanley. Jane, what more can you tell us about the Salomon Brothers building and its collapse? Jane, what more can you tell us about the Salomon Brothers building and its collapse?
Well, only really what you already know. Details are very, very sketchy. There's almost a sense downtown in New York behind me, down by the World Trade Centers, of just an area completely closed off as the rescue workers try to do their job. But this isn't the first building that has suffered as a result. We know that part of the Marriott Hotel next to the World Trade Center also collapsed as a result of this huge amount of falling debris from 110 floors of the two twin towers of the World Trade Center. As you can see behind me,
You ever fart like that?
Super airy, stinky fart.